Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So, Hamzah Sheeraz makes something of a statement by blasting Liam Williams out of the water in only one round. I think it was 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Two knockdowns. One was from a ramrod jab that sort of sat Williams down about, I suppose, a minute and a bit in. Then Williams stepped in, looking aggressive like he always tries to, walked straight into a right uppercut. That punched him backwards. He hit the floor, laying on his backside rather than his back. Got up, and then there was a little bit of an exchange. Sheeraz caught him again, and he sort of staggered back. His legs were doing a funny dance. You know, Williams' legs haven't looked great for the last, I don't know, going way back to the Eubank fight, really. Every time he's tagged, his legs do a funny dance. His punch resistance seems to have diminished. And Gary Lockett in Williams' corner threw the towel in straight away. We actually stood on the ring apron and waved the towel, and the ref stopped it. But, Williams is 31 now, so he's not ancient. But he has had some tough fights. I mean, the Andrade beating was he was on the floor in the second round. There, he was on the floor, I think, 4 times, if memory serves, against Eubank Jr., including the first round. But no one's ever sort of blown him out the water like this. This was hardcore. Sheeraz, enormous for the weight, absolutely enormous. I mean, he's Commonwealth middleweight champ. But he looks like a light heavy. I mean, he's huge for the weight. He's quite thin, but those jabs are fantastic. He really has got that ramrod jab. He's got a lot of power, and he seems to be picking his punches very well. That is to say, he came in very, very relaxed. Didn't really look like he was in there with a guy who's seen it and done it all before. I mean, he's 6'3", Sheeraz. He's only 24. God knows what he's going to be like when he's got his man strength. I can see this guy end up at light heavy. But yeah, I mean, Williams it was a classic case of the guy on the way up meeting the guy on the way down. And Williams will probably curse himself for not going longer, for not trying to drag Sheeraz into deeper waters. But he looked a weight division smaller than Sheeraz. And I think a lot of people predicted that Sheeraz would stop Williams. I did. But not in a round. I mean, in one round, I suppose anyone can get caught cold, get blown out quickly. But you've got to ask, where does Williams go from here? Because he is only 31, but I don't like the look of his punch resistance at all. And when you consider when he was down at 154, he was soaking up some decent punishment from Liam Smith, for example. When he went up to middleweight, it seemed as if his power seemed to improve, as if making 154 was a bit too much. It probably was. But unfortunately, it looks like it's all over for Liam Williams, at least at anything above domestic level. He's been a terrific fighter, very good fighter, won the British middleweight title, defended it a few times, But yeah. I think he was two-weight British champ at 154 and 160. I mean, that's not bad going at all. That's some good stuff to have on your record. And I think he also held the Commonwealth 154 title as well. So he's won belts, and he's been a very, very good domestic level fighter. Didn't quite get there at world level, but not many people do. Not many people do. And he had some good wins at middleweight. Became the first man to stop Atlantis Fox. I remember he did Andrew Robinson in a round as well in a British title fight. That was a good result. But yeah, I think his ship has sailed, unfortunately. But good fighter. As for Sheeraz, the world at his feet, 24 years old, really looks the part. If he can continue to make this, this 160 division, I mean, he's going to be a tough man to beat, because he's got the height, he's got the dimensions, but he's also got a lot of power, and he's got some good technique. That jab is something else, I'll tell you what. And certainly at domestic level, I mean, he blew River Wilson Bent out in 2 rounds, didn't he? And You know, the only possible black mark, if you want to be really pernickety, was the Bradley Skeet fight, where he should have been disqualified for hitting Skeet when Skeet was on the floor. Then he came back, did Jez Smith in 2 rounds. Jez Smith is a good domestic level fighter. Yeah, he's gone past domestic level. Time to go for the EBU belt and then move on, probably sooner rather than later, to world level, I'd say. So, yeah, what did you think of the fight? This was a Queensbury card over at the Copper Box. It headlined. Let me know what you think. How far do you think Hamzah Sheeraz can go? I think he can go a long, long way. Good fighter. Leave your comments below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and also hit the like button as well. It takes a second to do both. It takes 2 seconds to do, probably only 1 second to do both. Subscribe, hit the like button. Much appreciated. Catch you later. And of course, bye for now.